Hello students, welcome to the class. In today's session, we are going to discuss sample question paper 2020-21 in detail. Okay, so we are going to discuss the structure of the question paper first and unit-wise mark distribution. So which unit contains how much mark? So that we are going to discuss. Then we are going to discuss in detail about unit 2 questions. Okay, SQL based questions. What are the questions being asked and what are the correct answers for that one? So those things we are going to discuss in detail. Let's move on to the session. First, we are going to see the sample paper 2020-21. So here we are going to see the sections and subdivisions first. So this question paper contains two parts A and B. Each part is compulsory. So both part A and B have choices. So under part A, we have two sections, section 1 and section 2. So section 1 consists of 21 questions, 1 mark questions. Okay, so under this 21 questions, you have to write 15 questions. Okay, you have a choice to leave 6 questions. Right, so this is section 1. So next in section 2, so there are 21 questions, and in section 2, we have question number 22 and 23. So this is case study based questions. Okay, so both are compulsory. So under each section, you have subdivisions. Okay. So you have 5 questions. Among these 5, you have to write any 4. Okay. So this is case study based questions. So question number 22 and 23 are case study based question. You have to write any 4 questions here. Okay. So under each questions, you have 5 subdivisions. Okay. One from pandas and one from SQL. So you have to write any 4. So this is part A. So next is part B. So this is part B. So this part B contains 3 sections. Okay. Section 1 is 2 mark questions. Okay. So you have 10 questions here with the internal choice. Okay. So here we have one choice and we have one more choice here. Okay. So we have 2 choices, and then section 2, here it is 3 mark questions. Okay. Here also we have 2 internal choices. So question number 35 and 36 has internal choices. So totally we have 4 questions here. Okay. Each consists of 3 marks. You have 2 internal choices here. Next one is section 3. So under part B, we have 3 sections. This is section 3. This is 5 mark question. Okay. We have totally 3 questions here with 1 internal choice. Okay. So this is the basic structure of a sample paper. So let's see the mark distribution in detail, unit-wise mark distribution. Okay, so we have part A and part B. Part A has 3 sections and part B has 3 sections. Okay, part A has 2 sections. Okay, let's see how many 1 marks and 2 mark, 4 mark questions are distributed among the units. So first, unit 1, this is Python Pandas. So here we have 6 1 mark questions. Okay, and in unit 2 we have 4 1 mark questions, unit 3 5 1 mark questions, unit 4 6 1 mark questions. Okay, totally 21 questions will be there. Internal choice is there, so we had to write only 50. So next, part B, part A, section 2. Here we have case study based question, 1 question from unit 1 and 1 question from unit 2. Okay, this is question number 22 and 23. So next one is part B, section 1. 2 mark questions. So we know 10 2 mark questions, question number 24 to 33. So from unit 1, 3 questions, unit 2, 4 questions, unit 3, 1 question, and unit 4, 2 questions. So totally 20 marks. And 3 mark question, question number 34 to 37. From unit 1, 2 questions, unit 2, 1 question, and unit 3 and 4. We have the internal choice 1 question. So either from unit 3 or unit 4, you will get 1 question. Okay, so totally we have 12 marks here. And section 3, 5 mark question. From unit 1, 1 question, unit 2, 1 question, and unit 3 you have 1 question. Under unit 2 you have internal choice. Okay, so totally 15 marks. So altogether we will get 70 marks. So in this video we are going to see only MySQL part. Okay, SQL queries and what are the questions asked from unit 2. So let's move on to the question paper. Okay, so we are in part A, section 1. So this section contains 4 1 mark questions from unit 2. So the first question is, write the output of the following SQL command. they have given select round of 49.88. Okay, there is no second parameter, so that should be considered as 0. That is the nearest integer. So what is the nearest integer for 49.88? Okay, so since we have 8 over here, we have to move on to the next integer, that is 50. So answer is D, 50. Next question. The average function in MySQL is an example of A. Math function, B. Text function, C. Date function, D. Aggregate functions. So you should not go for math function. Okay, all math functions are single row functions. AVG is a multiple row aggregate function. So option D is the right answer. Aggregate function. Okay, so this is not the math function, this is the aggregate function. So next question. The dash command can be used to make changes in the row of a table. So we are going to change the row, that is the data inside the table. Okay, so this is the DML command. So what is the command to change? Update command. Okay, so the update command can be used to make changes in the row. So the next question is, write the SQL command that will display the current time and date. So you have to display the time and date together. So what is the function? We have the function now or sysdate. So you have to write select now of opening and closing parenthesis, or you can write select sysdate. So you cannot write currDate because currDate function returns only the date, not time. So the question being asked is current time and date. So you have to use either now or sysdate. So these are all the 4 questions from 1 mark. So let's move on to section 2 case study based question. So question number 23 from unit 2. So this is question number 23. Consider the table student given below. So this is the student table, have roll number, name, class, GOB, gender, city and marks columns. Okay, so the first question is, so here we have 5 questions, you have to attend only 4. The first question is, state the command that will give the output as name, Anand, Chetan, Geet and Preeti. Okay, so we are going to display only the name column, right? So select name from student where class equals to 11 and class equals to 12. So is the condition satisfied? A person from class 11 as well as 12. The condition is and not odd. Okay, so this choice is not relevant because it checks for and condition. So no person can be from both class 11 and 12. Okay, so this is omitted. Next we are moving on to the second choice. Select name from student where not class equals to 11 and 12. Okay, so not class equals to 11 and 12, we don't have the condition satisfying that one. So Anand from class 11 and Chetan from class 12. Okay, so this is not condition, will not satisfy here. The next one is select name from student where city equals to Agra or city equals to Mumbai. Okay, so city can be Agra or Mumbai. So this condition satisfies. So we have Anand from Agra, Chetan from Mumbai, Geet from Agra and Preeti from Mumbai. So this is the condition satisfying. So this is the right answer. Right? Question number option 3 is the right answer. And then select name from student where city in Agra, Mumbai. So this is in class. We can use it for list of conditions. Okay, to check the condition in the list. So this is also the right answer. Okay, city in Agra or Mumbai. So the right answer is option 3 and 4. Okay, so that is option 3 and 4, option B. So this is the right answer. Okay, so next one is, what will be the output of the following command? Select asterisk from student where gender equals to F, order by marks. Okay, the 4 choices given are only this one, A, B, C and then D. We can directly eliminate C and D because in the given query asterisk is used. Okay, that means all the columns. So in the output C and D, they have listed only 2 columns. So we can eliminate option C and D, then we'll check option A and B. So option A and B has all the columns. Okay, and what is the condition? Gender equals to F. Yes, the condition is satisfied. Gender equals to F. Order by marks. So since there is no extra classes given, it is order by ascending order. So which one is in ascending order? This is the marks in ascending order. So option B is the right answer. Right. So next question, option 3. Prachi has given the following command to obtain the highest marks. Okay, select max of marks from student where group by class. So they have to list class wise highest marks. Okay, so we have to display class and then max marks. Okay, so the first one is select max of marks from student where group by class. So there is no condition after where, so this is the wrong query. And select class comma max marks from student group by marks. Okay, so we have to display highest marks based on the class, not based on the marks. So this is also eliminated. Select class comma max of marks group by class from student. Okay, the order of the class is missing. First from should come, then only group by. So this is again wrong. So next one is select class comma max of marks from student group by class. So this is the right query. Okay, so option D is the answer for this one. So next question is, state the command to display the average marks scored by students of each gender who are in class 11. So we need to display class 11 students average mark based on their gender. Okay, we have to group all the female and all the male into group. Then we have to display the average mark, but they have to from class 11, right? So what is the query here? So we have 4 queries. Select gender comma average mark from student where class equals to 11 group by gender. So this is the right query. So we are checking where condition for getting the class 11 students and we are grouping by the gender. So this is the right query. And then select gender comma average mark from student group by gender where. So this is odd, this order is wrong. So first where should come, then only group by. So this is wrong. Select gender comma average mark group by from. This order is also wrong. First from class should come, then only group by. The next one is select gender comma average marks from student group by gender having class is equal to 11. See, having is used to check condition on groups. We don't have the groups here. Okay, there is no group by class on class. So we are grouping only based on the gender, not based on the class. So we cannot check having condition with the class. So this is also wrong. So among the given option, only option 1 is right. Okay, so, but we don't have the choice over here for selecting only 1. So this answer itself wrong. So the answer should be only 1 from here. Okay, so let me show you the query here. So this is the table. Okay, this is the given table. So only for the first condition, select gender comma average mark from student where class equals to 11 group by gender. Only for this query you have the correct answer. So after grouping all the male, so from 11 we have only one male Anand, his average is 430. Okay, from class 11 we have 3 girls. Okay, 2 girls, Geet and then Maki. Their average is 363. Okay, so we are getting the answer only for the first query. Remaining queries, so select gender comma average from student group by gender from student, and then having. So all these queries are wrong. Okay, so the option is only 1. So only 1, this is the right option. Okay, so the key itself wrong, the answer itself wrong over here. Right, so the next question. Help Ritesh to write the command to display the name of the youngest student. Okay, so we have to display name of the youngest student. So name comma min of DOB from student. Is this the right answer? Okay, so name comma min of DOB. So we are grouping over here. So we are using aggregate function over here, but there is no grouping at all. Right? And we are using the non-grouping column over here. So this statement, this query is giving the result name comma min of DOB from student, but it gives the wrong output. So min of DOB is 1994-57. Okay, so 1994-57 is the minimum DOB here. Okay, so 1994-5 is Chetan. Okay, not Anand. Right? So this gives the wrong answer. So DOB is from minimum and the particular name is given from the first name. So since there is no grouping involved. Okay, so this statement is also wrong, and the next statement is select name of max DOB, the command itself wrong, and select of name comma min of DOB from student group by name. This is the third option. This will display all the names, okay, not the minimum DOB name, right? And the last command is select name comma maximum of DOB. We don't have the function called maximum DOB, right? So this question options are also wrong, okay, we can choose any one from here, right? So all the 4 options are wrong to display the name of the youngest student, okay. So this is the 5 questions from SQL. So we are moving on to part B. So under part B, we have the question here. State any 2 differences between single row function and multiple row functions. Or what is the difference between the order by and group by class when used along with the select statement? Explain with an example. So we can write any 2 difference between single row functions and multiple row functions. So single row function act on each row and returns single value, right? So multiple row functions acts on group of rows and return one single value. So this is the difference between single row and multiple row functions. You can write the example also. What are the single row, any 2 single row functions and 2 multiple row functions, right? What is the difference between order by and group by class? So order by class used to arrange the output in order, either in ascending order or descending order, basically used for sorting. Group by class is used to group the similar records, okay, and can be used with the aggregate functions. So you have to use it, you have to explain this one and with the example, okay. So order by, you can write a query with the example, and for group by also you can write a query with example. Okay, so next question, consider the decimal number x with the value 8459.2654. Write commands in SQL to round it off to the whole number. So how do you round this one? So we can use the round function, okay. Select 8459.2654. So since they are asked to round it off to the nearest whole number, we can omit the second parameter, okay. So the answer is select round off 8459.2654. So this is the answer. So you can write it with comma 0 also. That's also same. The next question is round it to 2 places before the decimal. Okay, so read the question properly, not after the decimal. Before the decimal positions, we have to round it off 2 places. So we have to use the negative parameter. So 8459.2659 comma minus 2. Okay, so since they are asked about before 2 decimal positions, we have to write minus 2. Okay, so the next question is, Anjali writes the following commands with respect to a table employee having fields employee number, name, department, commission. So we have the table called employee with the following fields. Command 1 is select count of asterisk from employee. Command 2 is select count of commission from employee. She gets the output as 4 for the first command but gets an output 3 for the second command. So this select count of asterisk gives 4 as a result. Select count of commission gives 3 as a result. Okay, explain the output with justification. So why this count of asterisk gives 4? Because count of asterisk counts null value also. Right, so there can be one null value. That's what count of 3. So count of commission. If you pass particular column name, then that will count the column values in the column without the null. Okay, asterisk only counts with the null. So since it counts with the null, we got 4, and this count of asterisk counts for the non-null values. It counts only 3. So since we have one null value presented in a column, it gives 4 and then 3. So you have to write with the detail. Okay, since the null value is there, we are getting 4 and 3. Right. So next question. Consider the following SQL string, preoccupied. Write the commands to display occupied. Okay, so we have to extract only this portion from the given string. Okay, so what is the command to extract a particular portion? You can write substring function or mid function or substr. Right, we can use any other function. Also, we can use the write function. Okay, from the right side we can extract these positions, occupied, till it goes for the last one. So either you can write substring or write function. Okay, so you have to write select substring of preoccupied comma 4. So you know substring function has 3 parameters and the third parameter is the optional one. If you omit the optional parameter, it extracts the characters till the end. So preoccupied, comma 4. So from the fourth position till the end, it extracts all the characters. So what is the fourth position here? 1, 2, 3 and then 4. This is the fourth position. So from here till the end, we will get occupied as a result. So either you can use str or substring or mid, right? So or you can write with the right function. Okay, so right of preoccupied, comma 8. Okay, so here 8. From the right side, 8 characters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right side 8 characters, occupied will be retrieved. Next question, to display cup. Okay, from the middle we are going to extract the portions. So what is the function? Again, mid function or substring or sub-str. So from the starting, how many characters? We need only 3 characters. Okay, so the output is select substring of preoccupied, comma 6, comma 3. From the 6th position, 3 characters should be extracted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th position. From 6 we need 3 characters. So CUP will be extracted. So we'll get the answer as cup. So you have to write these 2 statements. Or you can write, considering the same string preoccupied, write SQL commands to display the position of the substring cup in the string preoccupied. So what we are going to write? We are going to write the position. So which function is used to retrieve the position? We have instring function. Okay, so instring functions, so this is the given string and this is the substring. So we are going to find the position of this cup in the main string. Okay, so the syntax is select instring of preoccupied, comma cup. Okay, so cup is the substring and preoccupied is the main string. So this statement extracts the position over here. Right, so the next one is the first 4 letters of the string. So first 4 letters we can use the left function. So select of left, you have to write the open parenthesis and preoccupied, comma 4. So from the left side it extracts 4 characters. Okay, so that's all about the 2 more questions here. So we are moving on to the 3 more questions. So section 2 under part B we are going to see the section 2. So here we have the questions. So this is the given table. So a relation vehicle. So vehicle is the table name with the vehicle number, type, company, price and then quantity. So first thing we are going to display the average price of each type. Look at the word each type. Each type of the vehicle having quantity more than 20. So whenever you see the word each type, you have to use the group by class. Okay, so you have to group by the type and we have to check the condition quantity is more than 20. Right, so you have to display the average price. So the query is select type, comma average price from vehicles group by type having quantity greater than 20. So we are going to display type wise average price. So we have to write 2 columns type, comma average of price from vehicles. So the table name is vehicles. So we have to use vehicles. Yes. Group by type. So we are going to group by type and then the extra condition is having quantity more than 20. So having quantity more than 20. So after grouping we are checking some condition. So we have to use having. Right, the next one is count the type of vehicles manufactured by each company. Again we have to group it based on the company, right? And we have to use the count method. So you can use select company, comma count of distinct type. Okay, so we have to use count function with distinct type. So if you have one more type of the same thing, that will not be counted. So we have to use for the distinct keyword from vehicles group by company. The next one is display the total price of all the types of vehicles. Okay, so we have to display the total price. So how do you calculate total price? Price into quantity, right? So we have to use select type, comma sum of price into quantity. So price into quantity will be multiplied and the sum is calculated based on the type. So for each type all the values are added and it finds the sum from vehicles group by type. So this is the 3 mark question based on the group by class, aggregate functions and group by class. So last one is section 3. This is 5 mark question. So here we have choice. So this question is from SQL functions. Okay. So write the SQL functions which will perform the following operation. Either you can write in these 5 or you can write the next 5 questions. The first question is to display the name of the month of the current date. Okay. Name of the month. So which function? We have month name. Okay. So select month name of current date. So what is the current date? You can use now or current date. Okay. So from that one we can extract to display name of the month of the current date. So month name of date of now. Okay. So from the now gives both date and time. From that one we are extracting only the date portion. From the date portion we are going to calculate the month name. Okay. So we know now and then current date gives both date and time. So from that one we have to extract date portion using the date function, and then from that we can use the month name. Okay. So next one is to remove spaces from the beginning and end of the string panorama. So you can see from the beginning and the trailing end we have the spaces. So which function remove the spaces? We have trim function. So you can write trim of panorama. Okay. Select trim of panorama. So since they asked about the SQL functions, we can write the function names along with the syntax. To display the name of the day. Name of the day. Example, Friday or Sunday from your date of birth. Okay. So date of birth is DOB. From your date of birth, we have to give the name. Okay. Name of the day. So we have the function day name. So day name of date of DOB. So from the DOB, we can extract date. Okay, from that we can find the day name. So you can also write day name of DOB. Okay. The next one is to display the starting position of your first name from your whole name. So first name is F name and the whole name is name. Right. So we have to display the position of the first name in name. Right. So which function is used to display the position? We have instring function. So we can write instring of name comma F name. So it finds the position of F name in name. To compute the remainder of division between two numbers n1 and n2. Okay, so which function gives the remainder? We have the mod function. So mod of n1 comma n2. So it gives the remainder of n1 divided by n2. So next R part we have a table called salesman. Okay, and we have to write the queries. So display the salesman name and bonus after rounding off to 0 decimal positions. So what are the field names we need? Name and then bonus. So we have to write select. So what is the name field? Here we have yes name. Write the column name properly. Since this is given as yes name, you have to write only yes name, not name. Okay. So here they have given salesman name, but we don't have the column name called salesman name. We have the column name called yes name. So we have to write only yes name in the query. So select yes name comma bonus. Say bonus should be rounded off to the 0 decimal places. So we have to use the round off function. So select S name comma round off bonus comma 0 from salesman. Okay, don't forget this from class, from the table name. So next one is display the position of occurrence of the string TA in salesman. Again the position. So again we have to use the in string. What is the substring here? TA in the main string salesman name. So salesman name is the yes name. So we can write select in string of yes name comma TA. So it finds the position of TA in each salesman from salesman. The next one is display the 4 characters from the salesman name starting from the second character. So they have given 2 things. From the second position we have to extract 4 characters. So you can use the mid function. Select mid of S name 2 comma 4. Okay, from the position. What is the starting position? Second position. Okay, and 4 characters. So we have to write 2 comma 4. So select mid of yes name comma 2 comma 4 from salesman. The next question is display the month name for the date of join of salesman. So we have to display the month name. So from the date of join. So you have to write select month name of, this is the function name, and what is the field we are going to apply? Date of join, and from salesman. The last question is display the name of the weekday for the date of join of salesman. So weekday means day of week, day name. Okay, select day name of date of join from salesman. Right? So that's all about the SQL questions from this sample paper. So we'll see the next unit in the next video. So students, you have learned what are the questions being asked from unit 2 and what are the relevant answers for this one. Prepare well for the exams. All the best.